You're listening to the Next Team podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Next Team podcast. It's episode 50, boys. We're doing football, and it's been a better part of 2 weeks once again, and it's turning into a pattern. I'm joined by two unusual suspects for a change. Arjun and Pramod are back after a pretty long hiatus. And to make the episode extra special, we have our special guest, our mystery prize winner for our FPL, FAZAL, joining us today. And he is an Arsenal fan. And before I get into the podcast, I'll allow him some time to introduce himself. FAZAL.
Yeah, so as Vikas mentioned, I'm a big Arsenal fan, which has kind of been a struggle for a while. Aside from that, I'm in uni right now. I'm studying information systems in UNSW, and yeah, really looking forward to coming on today and discussing all things football with you guys.
Yep, absolutely. Same for us as well, Fazal. And if in case you guys are wondering, this is actually part of his mystery prize, and the other part will be reaching him very soon. And so do check out our socials and keep a lookout for Fazal posting once he receives his mystery prize. And before we get into the episode, our usual message man Tarun isn't here today, but we have our substitute Pramod coming in. And Pramod, take it away, please. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. Just like Ole, I come in last minute and save the day. Just kidding. Anyway, so follow us on the Next Team SG, at the Next Team SG, on Instagram and TikTok. And also enter the words, the Next Team podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And we'll be there. Follow us on Spotify. Watch, like, subscribe, everything. Well,
Thank
much
you,
appreciated.
Well done. What a man. What
a flow.
Super sub.
Super sub. Yeah, that's my
Super
nickname.
Yeah, super sub. So, all right, let's get into it today. So, the topic was actually chosen by Fazal today, and we are more than happy to discuss it because the fixtures just got announced for the Premier League season. And of course, we see the teams, especially the top teams in the league, looking to rebuild their squads. Some are stronger than others. And I think our main focus for today will be discussing the transfers which has happened and which can potentially happen for the big clubs in the Premier League. So, of course, with our Arsenal fan present, two Arsenal fans, in fact, what better way to begin than unpacking Arsenal's pretty decent transfer window, I would say, so far. So, Fazal or Arjun, you guys can get the ball rolling.
I mean, Fazal's a guest, so I feel like he should start.
Yeah. Nicely done, bro.
All right, so yeah, it's been actually a crazy few days looking at the rumors, very strong, very reliable rumors about Arsenal's transfer dealings. Looks like missing out on top four hasn't really impacted what we can and will look to do in this transfer window. So a couple of confirmed signings we've had so far. The Fabio Vieira from Porto looks all but confirmed. It's been confirmed on Porto's end, but not by Arsenal yet. Looks bound to happen. And then Lisandro Martinez as well from Ajax, very versatile player. So yeah, that's a decent start. And then also rumors linking the likes of Tielemans, Jesus, and even Rafinha, who's one of my favorite players in the league, to Arsenal. So yeah, it looks like it's pretty exciting. Let's hope a few of these can materialize. What do you think, Arjun?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty solid window so far, but only if I feel like it's a good window if we bring all of those names in, because what cost us top four last season was that once a few key players got injured, like the drop off was quite kind of scary. Like almost like we went back one season compared to the football that we were playing like before that. So yeah, it's like what you said about Lisandro. He's apparently he can play. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't watched him play that much. I don't really watch Dutch football that much, but apparently he can play left centre back, left back, and CDM. And I mean, it's pretty special for a player that young to be able to be that versatile. And yeah, Gabi Jesus is like a world class like centre forward, but compared to what we had recently, like Lacazette, Nketiah, all those kind of names, I feel like he's a step up. So right, yeah, I think this summer is just important in terms of raising the quality of our squad. Like players like Fabio Vieira, Tielemans is bringing the technique back into the midfield, which is I think like the core of Arsenal's football for many years. So it's nice to see that kind of coming back, or at least we're attempting to bring that back. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the the news so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just going on to like Martinez specifically, I feel like he gives like a profile that we need in the squad because he can play that sort of inverted left back role that Tomiyasu can do on the other side. We don't really have anyone to do, and also like deputize for Partey as a number 6, which we had huge issues with last season. I mean, I know El Neni got a contract extension, but I'm not confident anytime like he's in the 11. I don't think he can replicate what Partey can do to like even a like.
Yeah. I'm happy
even
with
like a
Elneny
worse
just
degree.
filling in for a few games, but I mean, let's be honest, he's not starter quality. Like if you want to be in the Champions League.
Yeah. My issue with him was mainly that we had to like shift back to a double pivot structure because he can't like hold the lone 6 as
Partey
his
is the
own.
only one who can play lone 6 for
Exactly.
us. Like Lokonga. We tried Lokonga for one game. We look kind of sasa. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, on the topic, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say you guys haven't made good signings. But personally, I felt like you guys were always, especially since last season, you guys were lacking in the striker position. I think that's something you guys had to show up, and you guys gave Nketiah a contract extension. First of all, what are your thoughts on that?
Fazal, you want to go first? Or?
I am not that okay. I think in terms of the value of the player, like if he had a few years left on his contract and the club were looking to sell him, I think given like from at the end of the season we could have got decent money for him. But I'm still a bit skeptical about it because I don't think he signs. I mean, there's rumors that he's being paid 100 grand a week. I don't think he signs without being like assured of at least being a backup striker. So, but I wanted like alongside Jesus because Jesus, I feel like, especially if we don't get another winger, I feel like he'll get game time on the wings. So I wouldn't have minded like another like maybe a more like traditional target man striker,
like a
maybe
pure forward.
Tony. Right? Yeah, maybe Ivan Tony, someone I really like. But it seems like Nketiah is that second choice striker. Not entirely sure about that, but like let's hope he ended the season in decent form, so let's see if he can carry that forward.
Just to add on that point, I mean, you guys are strengthening your midfield. I feel your midfield has always been quite strong, especially looking at last season where you see Odegaard really stepping up to the plate.
Yeah, but I think it's just about depth, bro. Like, cause you think about it, right? Like, if Xhaka
aren't you
gets
better
injured,
aren't you better off strengthening the forward line instead of actually?
I mean, I think we're better off strengthening everything, which is I think what our plan is.
Of course,
yeah,
it's an ideal situation, but what do you guys need right now?
I mean, like, I feel like it's equally important because when one thing I had noticed is that when Odegaard gets kept quiet, right? Like, we don't really have many ideas on how to break a low block. And the reason is because he's a heavily left-footed player. So that means that he has to hit those central areas for him to really feed like our forward players. And the few times we do, it usually goes to Lacazette, who just has lost every confidence in his scoring goals. So yeah, I agree. A forward is very important. But I also think that we need a few more creative profiles. So Fabio Vieira, I think, is an excellent signing for that reason. I watched like 1 or 2 games of him because in the Champions League against Liverpool, he played quite well. I like what he did, and I just think he provides a different option. And like, who knows? This could see Odegaard even being pushed to the left side of the midfield, and he could be a bit more influential because he'll play. It's more natural for a left-footed player from that side to play like through the lines, whereas on the right-hand side, you often see Odegaard driving the ball and then he tries to cut in, and then it's hard to create an angle from there, right? So I think that's one reason why we brought in Vieira. And just for the sake of depth, because one big difference next season is that there's going to be 5 subs, which means you're going to need bigger squads. And the fact that this squad hasn't experienced Europe for 1 season, I know it's only 1 season, but 1 season makes a difference. So we're going to be playing 40 to 50 games next season. And I think having those young players with creative potential is only going to help us. Yeah. So that's my take on it. Yeah. And for Nketiah, sorry, you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's like for Nketiah, like I understand Fazal's skepticism because I think until recently he's the kind of guy who scores only scrappy goals. Like his finishes were never clean. Like it's almost like he always half his goals came from like keeper mistakes or like defensive mistakes, that kind. But I just feel like his game has evolved beyond being just like a poacher or a fox in the box. And I think that's why Arteta is so keen to keep him. The fact that we paid him 100k a week, even though he hasn't played that many minutes, shows how much faith he has in his abilities and his ability to improve as a player. So yeah, we could see him, I guess, surprising a few people.
Henri
Yeah,
shirt
he
as
took
well,
on his
right?
number as well. Yeah, which is honestly a big punt. Like fair enough to. I mean, Arteta has always like backed himself on these kind of big decisions. It's not the first time we've given a big a huge legacy number to a young player. We did the same thing with Saka. We did the same thing with Smith Rowe. We did the same thing with Martinelli. Martinelli is getting the number 11 shirt, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I mean, I know like Nketiah's progression hasn't been as explosive as those other three, but I'm seeing some sustained improvement, and I'm seeing like if you were to give me an option of letting him go for free and getting like peanuts for him, I'd rather extend his contract, give him some game time, at least preserve the value, and even if it doesn't work out and he doesn't start for us from the next few seasons, we can at least sell him for something decent. Yeah, that's my take on it.
I think everything is. I think every piece of business is still a better piece of business than Pogba. So honestly,
He's going Juventus, right? Is it Juventus?
it looks like it. Looks like it. Yeah, we will come to United very soon. I think me and Pramod will have a lot to say about that. But
yeah,
No, more like nothing
yeah.
to say, because jack shit is happening.
But interesting things have transpired. We'll come to that. We'll come to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, who would you like to see coming to Arsenal? Like, I think a few names were thrown around. Like, I think Gabriel Jesus looks quite likely. Tielemans seems like he seems 50-50 in terms of
I think
signing a
Tielemans
1 year
was more
extension.
likely earlier. Like apparently Fabio Vieira wasn't a target like until recently, and then I think Arteta really liked him, so we brought him in. And then Tielemans is apparently contingent on where it's like they are looking at Zaka's situation, they're looking at Torreira's situation because they don't want to overload the squad with like midfielders. So I think if we can get a few sales in the midfield department, like players like Maitland-Niles, Torreira, and then I honestly think Tielemans is still possible, but it seems like the kind of deal that will go late into the window. One thing is because it seems like we are the only big club that's interested in him, and I mean he has only 1 year left, so we have kind of all the negotiating power in that sense. So yeah, it's not maybe in that sense they're not panicking about the signing and they're focusing on players like Jesus, like what you said, forward is a priority. So I feel like we'll get that done first, or at least soon. I feel like in the next few weeks we'll know about.
On that regard, is Jesus the right man though? That's the thing.
I mean
he's a hardworking player, but
he's a pressing machine. He's a pressing machine, and he will definitely add to our front press. Compared to Lacazette, it's going to be a world of difference. A number of times I see like even like lower place teams just pick apart our front press in one pass, and then we go into a mid block, and then it's like, oh okay, what was the point of that? That's not going to happen with Jesus. So yeah, about whether he can be that number 9.
I mean, he's Brazil's number 9 after all, and that's a big responsibility. You think about it like that, you're signing Brazil's number 9, which is in any other era.
Brazil's creative spark. They have Neymar, they have Vinicius. The amount of attacking quality around. I mean,
true.
I would say that Brazil's attacking quality is better than Arsenal's.
It is, but which is why
a reasonable statement to make.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get as many chances as he got at City that he gets at Arsenal. Like in terms of how many chances are supplied to him per match, but I still think that he's just a step up above what we have. So in that sense, I'm happy. Is he going to be like the final like is he going to be like the guy that leads us to big titles? Or I don't know. That one is too far into the future. For me right now, I just want someone who's UCL quality, and is Jesus UCL quality? Definitely. So yeah.
Fair enough.
I think like his versatility will come into play as well. Like I feel like he will get some game time on the wing. We saw like I think last season Pep used to like trust him on the right wing in like the bigger games because like he would put in a shift and he could like actually like stretch the pitch and like make some runs in behind on like Mahrez, who would be like kind of more of a ball to feet player. So I think he will maybe not on the right because like that's pretty much Saka's position. But I think he could get some game time on the left wing, especially if you don't sign another winger.
True. I mean, but who would you like to see? Like, who's your ideal signing? Is it Ivan Toney?
For number 9, honestly, I rate Toney a lot.
I would like him as a number 9. There's not been any like rumors, so I doubt it's gonna happen because like usually signings like him get linked very early in the window.
Plus they stayed up, so I feel like we had to pay quite a bit to get him, which is why I think we're going with Jesus first.
There's rumors of Scamacca as well, but
Italy players never leave Italy.
Who? Sorry,
Scamacca, this
Italian striker, right?
Yeah. I've never heard of him.
He played for Sassuolo last season.
No idea who he is, honestly, before he was linked to
I have no idea.
He's like almost 2 meters. Giroud region.
Hey, Giroud is just saying Giroud is
the World Cup winner, AC Milan,
Syria winner. Oh my god,
Champions League.
Giroud's
He's had a pretty
France
good
can't play
career.
without him, apparently. France are like losing every game since he got replaced.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
that's actually
Actually.
kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah,
They-
he
they-
has a point.
They brought in Benzema thinking they're going to smash every team, then they just keep losing.
I mean, England as well. England
Oh, yeah,
are
I don't know why
third or
England.
fourth in the group, right? Yeah.
I don't know what
They lost
England are on
4-0 to
about.
Hungary.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay,
Southgate might
it's-
be at meetings and yeah. But yeah, like in terms of the winger, right? Like who we would want to see. I guess Rafinha would be, because he's one of the names that got linked with us. He would definitely be a good option. I don't know. I don't see many like straightforward. I mean, there's rumors of Sterling also wanting to leave. I mean, I don't mind. Like I don't
on
mind
Sterling,
becoming
the thing about he won't come Arsenal. Chelsea are strongly linked with
Chelsea because they got
because-
Champions League. Yeah,
Yeah. So
True,
I think
true.
for Chelsea it's a top class signing if they get him.
if they get him, it's amazing. Like it's such a
Yeah.
good signing.
Sterling, I mean, yeah, honestly, if even for Arsenal would have been a top class signing. He'll start for you guys every game. He will really.
Yeah,
That's
100%. Yeah.
for me like Sterling over Jesus any day because Sterling is proper quality. Under Pep is really improved a lot. So yeah, for me, I think if you, obviously given a choice, you all should go for Sterling. But I think he's probably favoring a Chelsea move for Champions League football.
Yeah, true.
That's the thing.
Yeah. So yeah, Rafinha would be amazing. That would be amazing depth. We'd have Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Rafinha, and Saka as our 4 like winger options. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good depth.
Fair enough.
And I think Fabio Vieira can play there as well. I think he's
Apparently
I think he's just comfortable anywhere on that right side, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. He could be
So
a
I think-
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah, it's like a common theme this season, like this transfer window. Like we're targeting players that can play multiple positions across the pitch. Which is kind of smart, I guess. It buffs up your squad.
Maybe he's big.
But I
maybe
just
he's
kind of
building
worried
an empire
that-
by Pep.
like,
Yeah, sorry,
I'm
go
just
ahead.
kind of worried that they I'm hoping the club have enough money to address like the big the first team concerns as well as the depth, because if
Yeah.
you get a Vieira and Martinez, that's 70 million on players who probably won't be like nailed on starters. They might
Right.
break them into the team, but they're being signed for like their utility and versatility. But
They
yeah, I'm
probably
not
share
sure.
minutes between positions.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most realistic thing. Like,
I feel like we still need probably another 8 and a striker as well. So I'm hoping that it doesn't affect those two like signings and a winger in my opinion.
Yeah, like player sales will be key. I think. Like, I think the more we sell, the more like the faster our incomings will move as well. Like so far, not many rumors about players leaving us because, let's be honest, we don't have much. Like we don't really have many pieces to sell, like City. But yeah, we had to somehow scrunch up the money.
I think
It's up to
Pepe
them,
is the main one as well. I feel like because he's on a pretty high wage as well. I feel like any
Not many
winger
people
coming
come
in is
forward,
dependent on him.
Yeah.
On him leaving.
True.
But I mean, arguably, you guys are still in a better position than us.
I mean, it's hard to say.
Even though we're in the same. I mean, yeah, I had this argument with Yash. I mean, it would have been nice to have a third Arsenal fan here, but yeah, me and him were having an argument the other episode that you both of us are finishing the same position, but I still didn't disagree with him in the fact that you guys are better placed than us as a team where you guys are. I know you guys don't have Champions League football, but I would say that the dressing room atmosphere, everything is a lot more positive. As a manager, I would rather want to manage Arsenal than
Arsenal's
United.
team, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right? Like, it's so hard to predict how good a transfer window is, because like last season when we had a transfer window, everyone rated it as one of the worst. Turned out to be one of the best in the league. Then now this season, everyone is rating our signings. Oh wow, Arteta, he's doing his thing, all that. later midway through the season, we're 8th again. Like, so it's so hard to. It really depends on how well he can transmit his ideas to these new signings, because we're going to bring in quite a few for next season.
What's the success? What is success for next season?
Has to be. I mean, it's his 3rd full year. If he doesn't get top 4 by then like I think
Arteta out.
I guess so. Like, because like there's only so much time we can give a manager in this kind of era. Not saying that we don't have a chance, but I feel like we have improved enough to expect a top 4 challenge, or at least finish in top 4. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Yeah.
Tough. Because it's really going to be tougher every season. Spurs have Conte, and and the fact that they finished 4th after where they were when he took over, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Top 2 City and Liverpool, no one is going to touch until either managers retire or leave the club.
Yeah.
And
Chelsea.
Chelsea are always going to be up and about. United are probably the worst
Mm.
position among the top 6 or top 7. But I would say if we can string a few good results, we'll be up and about the
Up and
Champions
there,
League.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's trying a revolution. Talking about Ten Hag, yeah.
Yeah.
So you never know with these things.
Yeah.
How it
This
pans
is the
out.
yeah, it's the thing that it's just the thing that Arteta got 150 million last season, and then this season he's probably going to spend something similar to that. So you can't say that he hasn't been backed. Like that's like 300 million plus already.
Backing wise, I
So
think he's been given a lot of backing.
he's been
Very
given a
similar
lot of
to-
backing for an
yeah.
inexperienced manager. So in that sense, that's why I'm saying that we should expect top 4. I know how difficult it is. Like I get the point. Nowadays there are 6 or 7 teams that every season can compete for top 4 realistically. But when you're backing a manager that much, you at the very least, I feel we should expect that as Arsenal fans. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. I think we can move on to the next club. I think Pramod has been quite silent, so let's get his thoughts on Man United's very inactive transfer window.
For now.
Inactive. Wait, so basically just now you were talking about how Nketiah took Henry's number, right? Guess who took Rio Ferdinand's number? That
Who?
sums up our
Who?
story.
Who?
Who took? Who?
Harry
I have no idea
Maguire.
who took.
You're still on
I mean,
about
it's always-
Maguire.
So, as you can see, this is a clear-cut evidence of the great juxtaposition among these two clubs. One is performing clearly much better than the other one. So I don't know what to say. I feel like everything I say is just like mocking my team, which is at this point I just have to laugh at my own demise. But anyway, what do you ask? What do you ask me actually? You asked me about.
Well, what are your thoughts on what is happening at our club? You can just give you can say talk about anything there, Pramod.
Wow, he reminds me of last season's Arsenal.
Wow.
Going through what I'm going through now.
It's
Okay.
really bad.
I
It's
honestly don't
honestly
know-
very negative.
I honestly
Very
don't know
negative
what's
feeling.
going on to the point where like I've like cut myself off United for a bit. And then a few days ago I saw something like the new chairman, like the guy who took over Edward
Yeah,
Wood, apparently
Richard
he,
Arnold. I think Richard Arnold. If I'm not
yeah,
wrong,
then
is his name.
apparently he met some fans in a pub. And then he was like telling people, do you know what I said? I don't know exactly what I said, but
Yes. So that was
Yeah.
what I wanted to talk about. A few things he mentioned is quite funny. So okay. I just let me get the hot thing out of the way. So the one thing he said, fans were asking him, the dressing room is very toxic, and what have you done about it? He literally said that Lingard and Pogba had left the club. That was his response to that question.
Hmm.
He
Wow.
name dropped them.
Wow.
Damn.
So
okay.
that was a pretty intense. I mean, that was quite crazy. I didn't expect him to name drop someone. So that was interesting. Apparently, they were the ones that were leaking news of dressing room unrest and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
So I don't know how to take that. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Maybe he seems like a very no nonsense kind of guy, unlike Ed Woodward. But yeah, that was something interesting. to
even
think about.
flamed
He was-
Woodward also, I think. Like
Yeah, he
he even
blamed
name
Woodward
dropped.
for.
Yeah.
He said so because he was talking about, because fans were basically planning to riot. Like that was the sentiment
Whoa,
in the
what?
pub, and they were planning. Oh no, not riot, protest. So I should use a more tamer word. But the point is, yeah, they were just very upfront. They were very obviously frustrated, unhappy, and yeah, he was very honest in his response. He told them that they've tried. He said that they are trying very hard to get Frankie De Jong, who we've been linked with for quite some time, and that was something we were trying to pursue. And in terms of questioning of our previous signings, like he basically, in a nutshell, he blamed Woodward for it. Like a lot of money has been wasted, and because of that, it's getting very hard to attract players of the caliber. And yeah, I mean, I was also watching Fabrizio Romano's recent YouTube. He posts on YouTube regularly as well, right? So yeah, I was watching, and apparently we are planning a fresh bid for Frankie De Jong. I think Barcelona want somewhere in the region of 85 million. We gave something around 60 million, but right now we're reconsidering to up our offer. So that is an interesting scenario taking place. I don't know what's going to happen. Personally, I feel like the deal is quite difficult to go through, because Frankie De Jong himself, yeah, he's talked about being flattered with United's interest and stuff, but I think he's very happy at Barcelona. The only reason I see him moving is for the money, which we do have. I would say we are probably in a better financial position than Barca, but certain things money can't buy, which is the Champions League, and I think
Right.
that's what might probably convince him to stay at Barca rather than join us. So it's going to be increasingly difficult to attract talent. That's what I think we are realizing. I do see us honestly going into some panic signings last minute in the window. That's what's probably going to happen at this rate. Either we try to hijack one of your deals, like maybe. Let me
I
give
think
you an example.
we are linked with that Martin. What's the guy? The Ajax
Martin-
centre back. Yeah, we're linked.
Timber.
with No. The one.
Oh, the
Fazal
other
and-
guy, the one.
Timber as well, but yeah.
Alessandro.
Yeah. We're linked to him, but then clearly
Oh.
it's not going to come to us. I mean,
I think what will happen
Wait,
is
you
we're
mean
going
the
to
same
try.
guy that
I feel like
Arsenal
you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
are linked to every Ajax
Oh.
player though.
yeah,
that's
maybe that's why.
Because Ten
Ten
Hag
Hag-
has worked with them before, right?
Exactly.
I guess that's the idea.
we were linked with Anthony for a while. Frankie De Jong,
Anthony would
obviously.
be sick, honestly.
Yeah, Anthony would be sick.
exciting
But it's
player.
not what we need. Honestly, we need
Yeah.
very very clear what we need. We need to replace Fred and McTominay. Clearly,
Yeah.
see, I mean, Fred and McTominay, they try hard. Don't get me wrong. They put in the effort. I can't say on that regards, but they're just not good. So I like the attitude, but I just think they're not enough to play for United. Simple as that. They are probably like good enough for a mid-table like Everton maybe. Okay, I can't even call Everton mid-table now. They almost got relegated. But
I get
yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
they're not that good, honestly.
The worst thing is, right? Sorry, you finish first.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the worst thing is that we know that at least 8 to 10 players are leaving. So I don't know why we haven't made a single signing. Like, we know, like, for example, I can just name drop like 6 names. Cavani is leaving, Pogba is leaving, Lingard is leaving, Bai is leaving, Matic is leaving, Mata is leaving. That's 7 names. And there's still Rashford, Greenwood, I don't know if he's going to come back. Who has got one Bissaka is gone.
Greenwood, oh my god.
You know where our
Bro.
season went to shit. I
So
tell you
many
where
names.
it went. The moment
Why?
Greenwood got himself into some hot soup for doing something absolutely dumb. That was when our season was toast. Like from that point onwards, it's just been downhill. I just feel that was the point. Yeah.
How are we not
It's-
replacing even like one of these 10 names I just said?
I know what I think it is. I just feel like we are trying. It's just that no one wants to come to United because last season was really horrendous. It is really. I'm telling you, people are more willing to join Arsenal than United. The tables have really turned. I
At
wouldn't
this
have been
moment, I would agree, but I mean, those things can change
Yeah.
very quickly. But
It can. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if I compare like start of last season where we signed Ronaldo,
Sancho,
Varane,
Cavani,
Sancho, like the
was
the
a-
hype was real. Like
yeah.
really, you were in a better way better position than you guys. But now it's just like after one season, the tables have just turned completely. It's like no, the dressing room is said to be toxic. I don't even know whether the people
But-
who were causing the toxicity have actually left. I mean, yeah,
right. Pogba leaving is
I-
a big one. I think.
Pogba leaving is a big one probably, but you never know. I mean, I would say majority of the squad is still made up of people who were starting last season.
Right.
So I do not know how much the dressing room will really change. It's going to take a really
It's going to take some time
radical
for Ten
change.
Hag, honestly. Yeah. Like,
Exactly. I wouldn't be
like-
surprised if we finish outside the Champions League, Europa League this season, like maybe like Liverpool where they finished 8th, right, under Klopp the first season.
And I mean,
Uh,
Arsenal as well. Like, we also
yeah,
finished
Arsenal as well.
Twice in a row.
Correct.
So yeah,
But for us, it's probably more unacceptable because we have actually quality players, Champions League winners
Yeah,
in
true.
our team. So I can't really make a case for us finishing 8th or anything. Like
Yeah.
I feel Liverpool and Arsenal genuinely had players who were of that
just weren't
caliber
good
of
enough,
finish.
lah.
Yeah. So I think there's no excuses for us to not be challenging for top 4 this season, given the quality. Even last season, there was no excuse for the
Yeah.
kind of performances we had. But
But I think you can take
I
reference
would-
from what Arteta has had to go through, like the amount of like cleaning like in-house cleaning he's had to do just to
Yeah.
get the squad to like a healthy state of mind, like what
Yeah.
you said.
We may actually have to model Arsenal. Like literally
Yeah.
just
Never
follow
thought
up.
you would say that.
Model Liverpool. I mean, Arsenal are trying
Yeah.
to copy Liverpool, and then I
Yeah.
guess
But I
let's
mean,
copy them. Yeah.
the most recent one who has been successful in this deadwood
Yeah.
cleaning is Arsenal. So we copy you, no?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Rama, what do you feel about Ten Hag?
Well, I'm a bit conflicted there. I mean, whenever like the new manager comes, everyone is hyped. But the only thing I'm positive about him is that they say he's like a disciple of Pep. So
Mm.
I mean, Arteta's a disciple of Pep also.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
like we literally are copying what Arsenal are doing. We just sign one more Pep disciple and then just go and. But I don't know, man. I mean, give
But
him
do
a
you not think
chance.
like the football, at least for this season, maybe like the start of football or like the philosophy of what you want to achieve going forward, is the priority rather than like
Yeah,
whether you
true.
finish in Champions League or not.
Yeah, but the thing is, he has never done anything outside of the Netherlands, and that's a bit
Right.
I mean, Champions League
Don't you
semi-final.
don't you feel there's
Champions-
an issue? So it's kind of getting back to like the signings thing. United are notorious for like making club signings for like shirt sales and stuff, and like you just mentioned, promote Ten Hag's like kind of a disciple of Pep, Arteta, and all who are backed by their boards to buy like the specific profiles of players they need. Do you see any issues happening between Ten Hag wanting specific profiles, maybe like less glamorous names to fit into his system, versus like the board trying to sign a big name to sell shirts or like improve their share price?
true. I mean,
I
that's the sorry, yeah, go ahead. But yeah, that's the entire story of
finish, yeah.
yeah, that's the entire like conundrum that United fans don't know how to accept. It's just like whenever a new manager comes, I think there was this stat. What did he say? Moyes wanted
Bale and Ronaldo, is it?
something like that. Moyes wanted someone, he didn't get him. Mourinho wanted Maguire, he didn't get him. Ole wanted
Mourinho wanted
Haaland.
Bale, I remember.
Yeah, basically they listed a number of players that past managers wanted, and we didn't sign any of them. It was like Haaland for Ole because of the Norway connection. It was Maguire for Mourinho because at that time Leicester were winning the league and stuff.
Yeah.
And then before that was, I think Moyes wanted someone. Basically, we just don't fit manager
One thing I must say. Yeah. I mean, I promote as a point. Don't get me wrong, but one thing I must say that there have been very radical changes since last season. We've actually cleansed even our backroom staff to an extent. I would say a lot of new faces coming in. Don't ask me who they are. I just know that there's been quite a number of changes.
That's true. That's true.
I mean the most prominent one
It's
is
a good
probably
start.
Ed Woodward leaving. So I think internally we are making those changes. That's as Arjun mentioned, it's a good start. But again, it's the future. We have no idea. We haven't even made a signing to actually talk about whether Ten Hag will get the signings he wants. It's also early in the transfer window, but I have to say it's worrying. The fact that we have not, I would have loved to see at least one deal being done by now, because that shows that we mean business. That shows that, because I mean, at the end of the day, Frankie De Jong is another statement signing. If we get him, it shows that United are still able to attract players who are willing to sacrifice Champions League football. So that is obviously the thinking behind the Frankie De Jong deal. So yeah, only time will tell. And I think it's quite interesting to see the dynamics at play. I think Ten Hag is a no-nonsense kind of guy. He is a bit of a control freak by the looks of it, like Pep, where he wants complete autonomy over the signings, no questions asked. I hope it works out.
Kind of Conte.
I hope he gets it.
Yeah, I really hope it works out.
Honestly, the less the board, the board needs to get out of its own way and just let the man do his job. Like at this point, like they see how much they screw up with like when Mourinho was manager and Moyes was manager. They bring in signings that weren't what the manager wanted. It didn't work out. So hopefully they can change the way they operate.
Imagine next we start with like Liverpool have like Nunez, City have Haaland, you guys have Jesus. Then we have like Ilanga and Garnacho up top with like.
Hey bro, we still have Ronaldo. Don't worry, we still have
Ronaldo.
But you know what I mean. Everything around him is just like nothing. It's just one.
Ilanga's a decent talent. I mean, I like Ilanga.
Yeah, but you compare with Nunez and Jesus and Haaland is like it's miles away. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, guys. Sorry to interject. I just saw some news on the Twitter page. Apparently, Arsenal are now directly negotiating for Rafinha, according to Romano. And like some less reliable sources like Goal Brazil are all saying that it's going to get completed within the week. I'm not sure about that, but apparently we are actually trying for Rafinha. Barca have agreed personal terms, but they haven't agreed like the fee with Leeds because apparently they don't have enough money to meet Leeds' demands. So yeah.
Barca are really gone, honestly. Oh my god.
We're actually going for it. I don't know what happened to Kroenke. Suddenly he just
you can have your wedding there if you pay like a certain amount of money. That's how like that's the
people.
They're
getting creative. I mean, I have to give it to them. I mean, even though they mismanaged, they're really getting creative in terms of how they actually make money, even in the off season. Yeah, you can apparently pay if you want. If let's say 4 of us, we get a few of our buddies, we go to camp and pay for things.
You know what?
I think
Spotify
150.
now sponsoring them.
Oh yeah, Spotify does.
Bro, so every
Oh,
time you
Spotify is-
subscribe to Spotify, you're
Daniel
funding
Ek.
a new transfer.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah, guys. Hey, Barca fans, you guys can follow us on Spotify. You know.
Every
You'll
time
be
you get
supporting Barcelona
advertisement,
indirectly.
Lewandowski confirm.
Oh yeah, that's another big name.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about the big signings as well. Like Lewandowski linked to Barca. I think that's a pretty big name. There's a Real Madrid signed a few. Tchouaméni,
Yeah.
and there's another one, Rudiger as well. Rudiger is incidentally being unveiled as we record. I think he was going. I saw some pics of him going through his medical. I think he'll be unveiled pretty officially as a Madrid player. So
Madrid
I think
unreal, honestly.
Madrid basically they just have the. I mean, look at that midfielder. They just have a carbon copy just waiting. Kamavinga,
They have France's
Tchouaméni.
future in the midfielder. Kamavinga and
Absolutely.
Tchouaméni. That's not fair. That's just not fair.
It is. I mean, it is
It's
what it
crazy,
is.
yeah.
Madrid, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I thought after Ronaldo leaves, they will have like a downtime, like a very long downtime. But to be honest, it hasn't affected them a lot. I mean, honestly,
like-
not much at all.
Yeah. It's just legacy. Their
Really
legacy
has-
is just too
And
strong.
they've completely redeveloped their stadium. I'm not sure if you guys have seen like the
Oh,
new
right,
like
yeah.
Bernabeu. Like they'll be hosting like tennis matches, pop concerts, and stuff in the Bernabeu now as well.
Damn. Okay.
They have like the pitches are like mobile, so like they can like
Yeah, removable.
they are removable and they can be stored underground and they can change it to
Oh.
another pitch.
Oh, that's damn cool. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Real Madrid are
I mean,
insane.
they're really loaded.
They save up 300 mil for Mbappe, then they don't know what to do with it now.
Yeah, actually, how do we not talk about Mbappe? Guys?
Oh, yeah, true.
They just got all this money lying
Yeah,
around. Hey, what do we do? Screw it, just hide our pitch. They don't want to do too much money lying around.
Mbappe, guys, Mbappe thoughts. What happened? I feel there's a big reason why PSG aren't able to sign anyone, and that's because of giving Mbappe the rights over future signings.
It's not going to be long before they just give like the state of Saudi Arabia.
Bro, he will become like French president next year. At this rate. He'll
Oh,
be-
speaking of
Qatar.
which-
I meant Qatar.
Apparently, he was actually involved in the negotiations. Macron.
Exactly, yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, Macron actually phoned him and told him to stay in PSG or something like that.
Oh wow.
That actually played a huge decision in him. Like, oh, the French president wants me to stay. You know,
To be fair, I
France
don't
doesn't-
mind
They have a
him.
prime minister or president.
I don't mind him earning so much because if Madrid sign him, they also have to pay him around that much. It's just all the off-pitch stuff like being the sporting director, choosing the coaches.
No, that is the reason
Yeah.
why no manager, even Zidane doesn't want to join PSG
But-
as of now.
How much do you actually believe of that, Because it sounds quite.
I think it's true.
outlandish.
No, I mean, see, the thing is, anything that comes out of Romano's mouth, I would believe. So I think Romano said that. So
True.
I would trust him wholeheartedly trust him on
I've
anything
never
he says.
seen. I mean, is that the first time thing? I feel like this is the first time thing for a player to have that much.
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
I feel like
absolutely
Messi. I feel like
is.
Messi had not like as much as this, but I feel like Messi had a lot of say in behind the scenes decisions at Barca.
Probably.
Like
I think it's
Zlatan
not-
left after like a season there because he didn't really get on with it. So.
Yeah, probably not as explicit. Because I think this was a huge move. Everyone thought that it's just a matter of time, especially after Madrid won the Champions League. It just felt like a natural progression for Mbappe to join Los Blancos. But yeah, it's crazy, honestly. Like, damn.
That's because he won the World Cup and what has he win?
What about
Multiple
Poch
French
getting sacked? I mean, Poch getting sacked, I guess, has probably to do. Probably Mbappe wasn't happy with him. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. That's probably the main reason.
Yeah.
My man just signed the contract. Like they were posing for the photo with Poch. Poch was posing with him and smiling, right? Then after they post out the camera, okay, get out.
Very well.
Okay,
played.
imagine. Oh my god.
But can PSG really ever win the Champions League? Or are they just going to be like City? Just like
I mean,
season
I
after
feel like it's
season.
an eventuality with both of them. It's just it's comical how long they're taking to do it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. But who do you think will get there first, City or PSG?
Actually, both
City,
have
in my
hit the-
opinion.
both have qualified for the finals, right? PSG lost to
Yeah,
Bayern,
yeah.
and City
Both of
lost
them
to-
bottled it. Yeah.
Final hurdle, that's it.
So I guess they're both on par.
I would
Yeah.
still argue that City are closer than
Yeah.
PSG.
I just feel like it's a
Yeah.
lot more healthier there in City, right? Even if the
Yeah.
number of players they have, like somehow Pep manages them very well. Whereas with PSG, it's always been the case of like one or two players holding power over the rest, and like over the manager in the dressing room. It's never feel like this is a team rather than like a group of individuals, and it's just hard,
true.
very hard to manage. So
I
maybe
agree,
Zidane
man.
can be the one to break that curse, because I mean, if you're a player, if there's anyone you're going to listen to, is Zidane.
Yeah.
Yes, that cool.
I mean,
Yes,
you're
respect.
talking about Zidane to PSG, is it?
Yeah, as a manager.
But I mean, yeah, he already. Anyway, I think he already denied, or not.
Denied it?
He declined. He rather declined the offer, if I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
mistaken. Yeah, so
Right.
he is apparently. I just read somewhere, not a reliable source, but I read on Football Insta that apparently he's going to wait out France to finish the World Cup because he wants the national team job after Deschamps retires or leaves. So that is, I wouldn't be surprised to see him manage France because he's that good, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him manage that. But on the topic of City, right, they have had a fantastic window as well. They've signed Haaland, Alvarez. Who else? What's they signed? I'm probably missing something.
Did they sign?
Am I missing something?
They're linked to Cucurella and Phillips.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Cucurella.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they're just constantly able to get more and more talent. Just when you thought they have enough squad depth, like at this point they just buy the whole league, honestly. And the thing about it is like Pep just makes average players like Cucurella. I wouldn't be surprised to see him like
He's actually very good.
suddenly be the
He is a very good
best
player,
left.
right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, he's still part of Brighton. You wouldn't if like best left back in the league, not the first name that pops in your head, right?
He'll be top 3.
I wouldn't be
top 3.
top. He's up there, but not the top. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him top very very soon under Pep if they sign him. So yeah, it's just crazy how City are just constantly just having a monopoly over the talent, and yeah,
Right.
they're just perfect, honestly. And if you why wouldn't you want to join City? They're like a machine. They just are able to run by themselves. Like Pep doesn't even have to. Pep will just shuffle the squad around. Everyone turns up on the day. It's just amazing. Which is what I think United are looking to do, but probably it's going to take I don't know how long before we do that. I would say Arteta is getting there. Really trusting. I would say trust the process.
Yeah, finally
I can see
you're trusting the process.
Yeah. It's something of that sort is actually like there's a chance of remote.
I feel like
chance
last
of
season,
it.
even though we bottled it, let's be honest, the top 4, but like
Yeah.
the progression was there to see, like you have to be like compulsively ignorant or like to not see that we've made progress in the team.
See, start of the season 5th is a very good achievement. Just that the position you guys were in, you guys bottling it would have been very.
That was a
would have
disappointment.
almost felt like a failure because you were in pole position to take it. Thing is, you guys beat Chelsea and you guys beat us and Chelsea.
Yeah,
after
and then we
losing to Palace, right?
just lost steam at the end. I think.
Yeah.
Like the pressure maybe got to the young heads. Hopefully that doesn't happen this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And also Liverpool signed Nunez. That is also a very very solid.
Another player we were linked to.
Of course, why would he join us?
Oh, you guys were linked to Nunez as well.
Yeah, we were for the longest time. Yeah.
We even offered their price. It's just he didn't want to come.
So when if y'all got Nunez, then Ronaldo plays on the wing, or like how does it work?
Probably 2 strikers. I don't think he minds. We are also like somewhat linked to Lewandowski. There's also a rumor mill going on, but I find that very hard
Lewandowski
to believe.
would be
not another 34.
Lewandowski, Ronaldo, 2 34-year-olds up top. So
bro, our average age up top is.
Sorry, 34.
A combined age up top is like 4 players from Arsenal.
But I mean, but the thing is, Ronaldo still plays like he's 25, 26.
Yeah.
He can still churn out that many goals. So yeah, Ronaldo is just a born goal scorer. He's probably not going to leave anytime soon. So that's one positive for us. But yeah, sorry, I'm digressing back to United. Let me come back to Liverpool. So yeah, Nunez. One thing I just had to point out is that Klopp made fun of us spending a lot of money. Man finally went broke to the bank and spent like close to what was it, 80 million? Is it for Nunez?
Yeah, but we cannot really say it's a failure until he flops. We did buy Pogba, Lukaku, and whatever Maguire for that much money, and they all turned out to be.
I think Pogba is probably the single worst piece of football business in
Sanchez. You forgot Sanchez.
Sanchez. Oh God.
There's still Sanchez.
What did you do to my man? What did you do to my man?
The thing is, we didn't actually spend a lot for Sanchez. That's why
it was a swap deal, right?
Yeah, but in terms of worst signing in history, right, bro, that guy is. He came with
honestly,
piano.
Same with Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan, very similar.
Dude, I thought it was an imposter, honestly. Like the difference between he was like our best player. Like he was honestly top 3 players in the league when he was around at Arsenal. The drop off was just crazy. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
at that time,
shocked.
City were trying to sign Sanchez.
Yeah,
I mean,
City were trying for him as well.
honestly, I think Sanchez would have done bits at City.
Well,
under
yeah,
Pep.
probably would
Yes.
have Pepper.
Yeah, this was I don't know what is happening, but or what has happened rather. But yeah, it is what it is. Have we missed someone? Oh yeah, Lukaku leaving for Inter. That has been long coming.
What a meme.
Yeah. What I think okay. I think that rivals Pogba. I think Pogba is probably worse.
I remember someone said on our group chat, Pogba was.
That was
I think I take that back. I think it's Pogba because of the.
Pogba is worse. No. They compared Maguire and Lukaku. And I was like, definitely Lukaku is worse because they sold him in one season. Like, at least Maguire has done decently for us one or two seasons. So I would still argue Maguire is a slightly better signing. Not that he's a success or anything, but just like,
I think football is the only place where you spend 100 million on something, right? And that thing that costs 100 million turn back and look at you and say you're a shit face. Like no other field of like sport or like business would 100 million thing just look at you and just say like be like so I don't know. Not
it doesn't guarantee success is what you're trying to say, right?
Like you spend 100 million on a guy. How can he
like not meet the expectations?
Yeah, it's like what the heck? I don't know. I mean, maybe we ruined him because maybe we are the two reasons for the failure.
Yeah. But I think it'll be interesting to see where everyone finishes next season. I think the transfer window it's just started. We're still at I would say the beginning stage. There's a long way to go for the summer. I mean going for myself going on exchange. I'm looking forward to watching at least one United game. With the fixture list we are playing, I think Liverpool very early on. I think the third match of the season or something. So yeah, my friends suggested buying the tickets. I'm like, no way, I'm not going. I'm not paying so much money to see us get battered by Liverpool. Yeah, so hopefully
you never
next
know,
season
Ronaldo might turn up.
I mean, there's only so much one man can do. Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. Really, it is a fall from grace for us.
It's been 10 years, Vikas, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think 10 years.
Since what? 10 years.
Ferguson left, and we've done jack all in this 10 years. It's like half my lifetime.
Mourinho gave us the last trophy.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Mourinho gave us the last trophy.
Dude, Wenger won a trophy more recently than you all. I just read the stat. I was like, what?
Wow.
Even Arteta has won, right?
Arteta has won a trophy.
Arteta, okay, to be fair, he got you guys a trophy quite early.
Yeah. That's okay. I guess it just puzzled me when I saw that. When I read it, I was like, that can't be true. So Mourinho was around what? 17, is it? 16, 17?
Yeah, Europa League.
Mkhitaryan
scored the goal in the final.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was like ages ago. We had Daily Blind that's left. That was how long it was.
Blind is doing really well for Ajax.
He's very old. He's very slow.
He's another player who left United and won like multiple trophies. You know, Herrera won 7 trophies after he left United.
I think selling Herrera was damn stupid. Honestly, we should have just paid him what he wanted. He was honestly a very good player for us. I would never criticize Herrera. Herrera was a solid player. He's better than our midfield right now.
He seemed to have very good attitude.
He starts for PSG with the amount of talent they have. He starts for PSG. That is insane. He started for PSG at least under Poch. So it's for me it's unacceptable that we let some of our best players go. But yeah, it is like that. And sorry, just before I forget, we have to acknowledge Spurs signing Bissouma. I read that piece of business. I think it's really, really good.
I think because it's like talk to Bissouma in like very early, like before anyone knew about it. Like we're talking about find of the like good young player of the season or something.
This was very
early,
I
said Lamptey, you said Bissouma. Yeah, I remember like it's very long.
I don't remember who that says.
Yeah, we're talking about young upcoming players. I think. Oh, you said that Leicester guy.
I said for fun.
Yeah, for fun. Someone said Bissouma.
I said for fun.
I don't know.
Someone else said Bissouma, but I mean the thing is, he's a solid signing for Spurs. He's coming off that. He's just of that age where you're just starting to peak, and I think they got him at the right moment. He could potentially be a Kante. I can go as far as to say that. I really think he's that good. And with the players around, I think Spurs attacking quality wise under Conte, they're really, really good. With Kulusevski also. I think he's still on loan, right? Next season, he's not a
I
permanent
think they
signing
bought.
yet.
Yeah, I think they'll trigger
Not
him.
yet, not yet.
It's permanent now.
Is it permanent now? Oh,
Yeah, I think
if
him
I'm
and
not,
Bentancur were like made permanent.
I think they had
they'll be
options to
permanent.
buy or something like that. Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, they're going to loan him and then they're going to buy him at the end of the season. But
Oh, okay. Right.
yeah, something along those lines. But either way, I think the quality Spurs have right now is pretty. I would say he can even go challenge for the top three. Not no longer top four, probably top. Like Champions League with that team right now is quite gettable, especially Christian Romero at the back. They have solid players at every position now, I would say.
I think they
With
need
a few more
centre back
Yeah.
and a right wing back, and then like they have like pretty much a template team that you want, like Conte would want to have. But
Exactly.
yeah, I think like once I think they'll address those two positions. So yeah, knowingly, I think they'll be pretty strong next season.
Yeah, honestly, they are dark horses for the Premier League. I mean, Spurs are going to bottle. Spurs are bottlers, perennial bottlers. Don't get me wrong, but Conte factor, I would never discount it. I feel he's too underrated a manager. Like, yeah. I don't know if we made a mistake by not getting him. Only time will tell. Because I think Ten Hag is more of a project kind of manager, whereas Conte has just come in, win, and he leaves. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we made the right decision, because I think for United fans we are really devoid of trophies for too long. So it would have been nice to get him in and get a trophy, but maybe good things comes for those who wait, lah. So we will see how that goes.
I think with Spurs, like it makes sense for him because they have Kane and Son for a few more years at like their peak, so he could try like maximize the team while they have these two players, because I don't think they can like buy anyone of that quality off the market, like attract anyone. So I think it makes sense to have him like maximize them while he can.
Yeah, I mean they have arguably one of the best two forwards in the league. They are really up there. Son scored the most number of goals without even taking a penalty. Like, that just shows how much under the radar and how less talked about he is. He's the first ever Asian player to win the Golden Boot. That's such an amazing moment, honestly. Yeah. So yeah, I think Spurs are really well positioned. We tend to overlook them just because they're Spurs. And yeah. Yeah, I think Arsenal fans can see that. Can agree with me on that part. But yeah, I think more or less we've covered most of the big signings. Anything else for anyone?
I guess who else could we talk? I mean, I haven't really heard much about the teams down the table, honestly. But I know West Ham signed this Moroccan guy. I've never heard of him, but apparently he's a ball playing centre back. So yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how much Moyes can improve on this team. How high he can go with this West Ham team.
That's true. I mean, speaking of
Kamara to Villa is a good
Villa. Yes, I was just going to call
yeah.
Villa.
For free.
Villa signed a few players actually, like Diego Carlos from Sevilla.
Yeah,
that's a pretty solid
good signing.
Good signing. They got Robin Olsen as well, but I think he's more of a backup keeper.
Right.
So, but I would say Villa were one of the earliest ones to make a move. The fact that they signed Kamara that early, and that on a free as well, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, they signed him.
I think so.
They signed him on a free. So yeah, it's for them. I think they are going the right direction. Who knows? Maybe they can make a late push for Europe next season. Yeah. But yeah, wow. That's it.
Basically, every club is going to be succeeding except us. In terms of the transfer business.
To be honest, the one club I expected like a lot more movement was Newcastle. Like they haven't really heard much with the amount of funds they have, right? I thought they would, splash the cash a bit more. Maybe they will eventually, but yeah, just haven't really heard much about him. About like who they're looking to sign, other than like the guy from Lille, like the centre back Sven Botman. That's the only name I've heard of. But yeah, I think we can expect a lot from them probably this summer as well.
Yeah. I mean, once Newcastle are up and about, then it might even become top 7, top 8. Literally, like there's no telling who will win the league at that. I mean, okay, I think City and Liverpool are still miles apart from the rest. But the thing is, once one of these two managers leave, there'll be a power struggle, and that is when the Premier League would be the best to watch. Let's say, because you cannot predict who's going to win the league that season. Yeah, but we'll keep monitoring the transfer window. Hopefully, record episodes more often. We'll try and do it back to a weekly basis if everyone replies in the group.
Wow. Why
But
you becoming like the director of football like that? Just name dropping.
I didn't name drop.
Almost.
I just said
almost.
generally. Okay, well, yeah, jokes apart, yeah. I mean, I hope that we can upload more episodes because I understand everyone is busy. So yeah, hopefully we can bring you more content. And Fazal, thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you about the season ahead. And congratulations once again for being the recipient of our mystery prize. The second part will come to you in due course. And yeah, before we end the episode, Pramod once again.
Yeah,
Take it away.
so yeah, as you mentioned, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Next Team SG. You can also go to Spotify and YouTube and search us as the Next Team Podcast. And also, watch and like and follow and subscribe to our videos. And yeah, we try to, like as Vika said, pump up more regular content. But yeah, and maybe you can let us know what else you want us to do before the new season. Yeah.
Yep. Smoothly handled as always, Pramod. Well done.
Yeah.
And
I'll try my best.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, thank you so much once again, Fazal, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep, no worries. And hope you enjoyed. This is actually our landmark 50th episode for our football site. So yeah, it's actually I can't believe it's been 50 episodes. We've been doing this for a little over a year. I think going to be the better part of 1 year. I think
Well, more than
probably
a year.
reaching more than a year, right? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was like
we're
Jan.
going to be
Yeah.
reaching. Yeah, we're going to be reaching 2 years. We're closer to 2 years than 1 year, I would say. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey. Please continue supporting us. It's been really great. And of course, just like Fazal, you too could win a prize next season in our FPL. We will drop the link once it's available. And continue supporting us and stay tuned for the next episode of the Next Team podcast. Bye, guys.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.